look ashamed when I rap. Like my great-granddaddy didn't take a to the back. Not accepted by the ghetto. I don't give a praise God, I can see the light. Everybody talk about race this, race that. I wish I could erase that, face facts. Everybody, people.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the Oakland Raiders. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Every year I go to the combine, I marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. Throwing his car on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Here we go on fourth down with Carr. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Give him 40 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Give him 9 yards on the carry there. A good run. And now 2nd and goal. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Derek Carr with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, One with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The numbers for Crowell in last week's game. 25 carries, 117 yards. Again, it's Crowell.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
They'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Came out in a power set. That only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right
now, a loose football. The ball comes out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball over.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And we shift our focus to Isaiah Crowell. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Got his man, Isaiah Crowell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. A really good pickup of 28 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll look to throw again. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
illegal touching. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Here's Crowell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Not only does he not have a catch, I don't think he's been targeted in this game, but they're winning.
And if you ask a receiver of his magnitude, he'll tell you that it's because everyone is focused on him anyway. Okay, you take...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Getting set to go here, Isaiah Crowell in the offense. Trot back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Raiders have got him. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And fights through one man. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. They'll set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And Bailey able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Fielded about a yard deep. A second quarter score from Carson. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And a cutback, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pickup there at 22. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr, he'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now out on on the field. Here comes Los Angeles. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let it go deep, and it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for two to tie the game, and it works out. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Carr. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get into the end zone. So the fake spike works, and they score. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And we shift our focus to Isaiah Crowell. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. The speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the pressure gets to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. around the NFL third quarter from Foxborough. The Patriots, they've widened their lead even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They go play action here on first down. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Oakland. 52 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Back now in the East Bay. And on 2nd and 10 now. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead is up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they worked their way back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
After the penalty, it's Crowell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves them with a more standard second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can forward and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Time for a break. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. He'll drop to throw. A little dump off for Crowell. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll drop to throw. It's caught by Funchess. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about write a finish to this one.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to. Because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And